Hello beautiful people, how's it going? I'm back with another video and I know it's been a while. It's been a while, but I'm back on here full time and I wanted to talk about that at the end. But first I wanted to say hello. I just got out of watching Ant-Man and the Wasp and what a journey it has been. I want to preface this entire video by saying I've been a fan of the MCU ever since the first Iron Man movie came out. And I followed every movie step by step, and I was faithful in Kevin Feige and the world that he built, and I still believe that it's one of the greatest franchises of all time. I'm still a Funko collector. I still collect most of the MCU merch that we get. However, I am able to distinguish when something is really great and when something is a flaming pile of trash. I think we've all kind of noticed that the MCU has just gone in a direction where critics and audiences have been getting kind of, I don't want to say bored, but kind of frustrated. And I think that really shows and comes to a head with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, because this movie was supposed to be, the start of Phase 5, this really, really big deal because we're getting introduced to Kang the Conqueror. And my expectations going into this movie were really low. So I was excited because usually when I have low expectations, I go into the movie and then I'm amazed because, I thought it was so bad that it was gonna get better. And you know what? I'll take Flaming Pile of Trash back. I think that it was fine, but it had serious flaws, and I wanted to talk about potentially the biggest one for me in this spoiler review. So spoiler warning if you guys haven't noticed already. This movie was supposed to be the one that introduced us to the menacing version of Kang the Conqueror. Now, I loved Loki, and I loved seeing Kang there, and Kang dying in that movie was a really good idea because we knew that a bunch of variants were coming, and he was going to essentially take over the world, and he warned Loki and Sylvie, if you strike me down, this is what's going to happen. He pulled a Palpatine on him. Now, as much as I understand that the idea of this movie was to introduce us to Kang, I'm not really sure having Kang show up in an Ant-Man movie and having him easily be killed off by a bunch of ants and then just sucked into some sort of machine. And of course, we don't understand why that actually happened because you just put the word quantum into something and then, it just magically makes sense on its own. I just really had an inherent flaw with the fact that Kang died in this movie. And I know that the end credit scene shows you there are a bunch of variants, but does that mean that every Kang villain we get is going to be a variant and they're going to keep dying at the end of the movie? I really liked that Namor in Wakanda Forever didn't die, because that actually gave me hope that, hey, maybe this guy's going to come back in the future. And Namor was a really good villain. We didn't want to lose that. Jonathan Majors is absolutely phenomenal in this film. Well, am I surprised? No, I've actually never seen Jonathan Majors in a movie before. I know he was in Lovetown Country. Is that what you call it? It's a HBO show. I could have butchered the name. And he's going to be in Creed 3, which is really exciting for me, even though Sylvester isn't in that, which is another thing that I want to talk about one day. Yikes. I went to see this movie with a really big Marvel fan, my cousin, and we both kind of felt that, hey, how good would it have been if Kang killed Ant-Man in this movie? If this movie ended the beginning of Phase 5 with a major character death, because guess what? Kang is a villain that you shouldn't mess with. He can kill you. If he actually did something in this film, if he killed someone, if there were any consequences, the movie ended with Ant-Man just going into the quantum realm, and then he was about to get out, and then they all went out in front of him, and then he just didn't. And I thought, okay, well, maybe he's going to be trapped there and that's the consequence. No, it just opens back up again. You can't be serious. And again, I understand that MCU movies are supposed to be light and happy, and this is an Ant-Man movie, so it's supposed to be funny. But by the trailers, from what the trailers gave us, we thought that this was going to be something a lot more serious, a lot more tonally intense. But no, it was just a straight up comedy as usual, which is what I feel almost every Marvel movie is becoming now. Even Multiverse of Madness, which is supposed to be so chaotic, comedic moments that don't work. Wakanda Forever, comedic moments that mostly do work, but still comedic moments and really intense moments. Why? For a movie centered around Kang the Conqueror, telling us that this is going to be the new big bad, just like Thanos, it's just not enough. We didn't get enough. He was introduced into the movie an hour into it. He was in the first scene for 5 seconds, but he was actually introduced an hour into the film. And don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed Wakanda Forever. I enjoyed Multiverse of Madness, even though I had a lot of flaws with the quick transition with Wanda's character. I really enjoyed No Way Home, even though that's a Sony movie. And I somewhat enjoyed Love and Thunder. A lot, actually. I thought it was really funny, and it worked for me because that's what I was expecting going into it. But just even with all of these low expectations that I had for this movie, I still left disappointed. I still left feeling like, wait a minute, why would you do this to Kang the Conqueror? Have him be destroyed by a bunch of ants? This guy is supposed to be larger than life, and I get it, Ant-Man's really big. But having Scott Lang face Kang the Conqueror in your first big introduction to Kang, we should have known that this was going to go absolutely nowhere. And who knows when we're going to see Kang again, other than in Loki Season 2, which again will be a lot of variance, which leads me to my next point. The best scenes in this movie, I kid you not, were the end credit scenes. That's absolutely wild to me, that my favorite parts of this movie were the end credit scenes. I really enjoyed seeing Loki and Mobius again. You guys watched me react to that show, and I really, really loved it. This is just a movie that I can never see myself coming back to. The performances were all great. I really, really do feel that the performances were all great. I had a couple of problems with the film, just it being all over the place and not getting enough Kang, even though Jonathan Majors really did everything he could with the script he was given. That poor guy is carrying this entire movie on his back. I really hope that the MCU becomes a little bit more concise. I do think that this is a step in the right direction in terms of connecting everything together, but I do think that there are serious improvements that need to be made with just everything that's going on currently in the MCU. How comedic it is, I really think if we tone that back a little and get things a little bit more serious, for example, the way things were in Avengers Endgame and WandaVision, I think that would be really great. Even Loki had severe consequences, and I really felt that things like that work well for the MCU because you feel like something matters. To have an entire movie set in the quantum realm just means that I don't care because it's not happening in our world, so it won't really impact characters that I'm deeply connected to. And once again, Kang just died, so he didn't get out, and where's this going to lead? A bunch of other Kangs are angry now, so they're going to go after the Avengers. Is it going to be a new Kang every film? So we won't even be getting the same version of Kang? I get that that's a clever idea, but for continuity's sake, what's the point? Okay, new Kang appears in the next, Guardians movie. I know he's not, but let's say he appears in a new Guardians movie and they kill him. And then a new Doctor Strange movie and he kills him. And then Kang Dynasty, just all of the rest come. It just doesn't really feel like something that I can latch onto. Thanos was one guy that we saw hints of throughout the entire first 3 phases. And that's what worked. It just gave us amazing payoff in Infinity War and Endgame. And then you introduce the Infinity Stones throughout the entire first 3 phases. Where is the MCU that felt so connected that it was amazing? I mean, other than the MCU, we don't have something that's like a huge franchise that's that connected other than what? James Bond or Fast and Furious, and I don't even watch any of those. So we can have standalone movies that aren't MCU. DC does it really, really well with The Batman, Joker 2 with Lady Gaga coming to snatch all the awards. So MCU, stay connected and make sure that us as an audience don't get frustrated that everything just feels so inconsequential. So inconsequential. Introducing the multiverse has been so inconsequential. And then you do an entire movie in the quantum realm, so I just don't care. And I'm a person who gets really attached to characters. Don't get me wrong, I did not want to dislike this movie when I went into it. I swear to God, I wanted to like it. I read all of the negative reviews so I can have a different opinion. Because every time people tell me they don't like a film, I walk out of it saying, hey, I like this. When I started reacting to movies, all of my comments would say things like, oh, this guy likes everything. And then when I say I don't like something, they absolutely destroy me. So I'm telling you now, I did not enjoy Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And I'm not even mentioning MODOK, so. Positives, though, I did really like Catherine Newton as Cassie Lang. She was amazing, and I really enjoyed every scene she was in. That was great. That was fine. Paul Rudd is great as Ant-Man, but you guys already knew that. This movie just didn't give us enough new, fresh stuff. There's also the aspect that this movie felt like a Star Wars film, and while I am getting so deep into Star Wars right now, and I'll talk about that in a minute, it's just not the Marvel content that I'm looking for. If you guys clicked on this video to hear me talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp, that was pretty much all I had to say. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys, have a one-on-one, and have an honest heart-to-heart. I wanted to talk to you guys about where I've been, what I've been doing, and what I plan in the future. I know I've been away for a while, and I know that I haven't put all of my heart, my soul into my channel, but just recently I experienced something that, let's just say, wasn't the best experience and gave me a couple of reminders about, you know, myself, who I want to become, and I feel that over the past year, I don't want to say forgot about, but I let my laziness get the best of me, and I kind of just stopped uploading. I would have great ideas, and I would be motivated for a little while, and then that motivation would immediately go away, and I realized how much I just missed you guys, and I missed talking about what I'm passionate about with all of you beautiful people. And I have been pretty distracted lately. I've been really getting into Star Wars again, and I wanted to tell you guys that just in case any of you watched my older Star Wars videos. You guys, I've rewatched all the movies like maybe 3 times in the past month. I'm really getting back into it. I'm playing the Skywalker Saga on my Nintendo Switch, trying to reach 100%, collecting all of the data cards, all of the Kyber crystals, everything. Sorry, Kyber bricks. It's just been absolutely amazing. I'm buying Star Wars Funko Pops. Comic-Con is next month, inshallah, and I'm meeting someone I'm very excited to meet, inshallah, which I won't spoil because there's a video coming up on that. And I have been, should I say this? I filmed the rest of Obi-Wan. I am in the process of filming Andor, and the Mandalorian reactions are coming next week, so get ready for a lot of Star Wars content all of a sudden. And there are a lot of movies that I want to watch, a lot of movies that I've been putting off watching for a long time because I kept telling myself that I would react to it on my channel. And I wanted to say this on my channel so that I can't back out, because you know when you know what the right thing to do is, you know when you know what's gonna make you happy, but you just can't. It's one of those things where I learned a lot of valuable lessons, and I missed you guys so deeply. It's been absolutely horrible, but my laziness got the best of me, and I'm never letting myself become that person again. Absolutely not. There's time for everything. Another thing I learned this past couple of weeks, there is time for everything if you make time for it. So, not an excuse anymore, not for me. And I'm being genuinely serious, wallah. I also wanted to tell you guys that I want to incorporate movie reviews, which is what I've been saying for a long time now. So I'm imposing a rule that every movie that I see in theaters will be a movie review that I talk about, inshallah, on my channel. I really don't want to let this go. And I want to get back up on the horse, regardless of views or numbers or analytics. I want to engage with my audience. And I know that there are a lot of you guys here who have been messaging me, asking me if I was alive or if I was okay. And every time I would read that, I would feel so bad because I feel like I let you guys down. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys gave me so much of the stuff that I love. I have been going through a rough transition the past couple of weeks, and Star Wars has literally saved me. Literally. It has kept me company. It has been a really, really nice distraction when I'm done working. It's been really, really great. And it's been my entertainment for the past couple of weeks. And the reason I remember you guys is because I wouldn't have Star Wars without you guys. I wouldn't have it. You guys welcomed me into the community. I know a lot of you had me in exile after I stopped watching the Clone Wars, which, by the way, I might watch the last 4 episodes, maybe, because I've just been playing Skywalker Saga, and I've been playing Bo-Katan and Ahsoka nonstop just because they look really cool. And Bo-Katan, she flies, and so I just love that. So that's also a possibility. I've also I do need to mention this. I've also been planning on doing reactions to The Last of Us, which would come out, I'm assuming, day by day, like really, really quickly in succession, because I think I'm going to be waiting until the finale to just release them like once a day until the day of the finale, and then release the finale. But let me guys know your thoughts. I really, really hope you guys watch this video. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for staying subscribed, even though I've been gone for a while. I really, really love you guys, and I'm so sorry that I've been absent, but this is me back again, hoping to still have your love and support. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys very soon for the next video. So like 2 days, Sunday, basically. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye. This was fun. This is really fun. Bye, guys.